Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Glow Live. I have exciting news for you. I have uploaded a video finally, or I have a video that I'm uploading, I should say. It's ready to upload. July 4th, I'm back. I am back. Whew, it's been a wonderful, wonderful time off. I've refreshed, I've renewed, but I'm coming back and coming back strong. And I'm so, so, so happy to be starting to put up videos again. I needed this break. I really did, but I missed you all. Of course, I've got my Saturday crew, so that is great. But I miss the rest of you folks that don't always make it on the Saturday crew. But let me say hello to everyone. And I wanted to go over a couple of things today with you, but I do want to revisit a little bit a topic that I started last week that we didn't finish, and that was, or in my mind, it's not finished, and that is your life at this stage where you thought you would be? And if not, what is different? Is it better? Is it worse? And if it's not where you want it to be and you're disappointed, do you see a path forward to get one day to where you want to be? I really have been thinking about that a lot over the last period of time that I've been off. Where I want to be, where I thought I would be at this point, where I want to be in the future. And I'm just wondering if some of you are thinking about that also. But let me say hello to everyone in here first. Hey, Sheila. Hello, hello. First in the house. Good to see you. We've spoken this week, Sheila, so it's good to talk to you. You're at the Grand Canyon. Oh, there's a power shortage. Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. So everything is closed. We'll see what tomorrow brings. So I hope everything opens back up. Hey, Marta, one of my moderators. Thank you for, hit that like button, if you will, folks. It really, really does help. Hey, Boulder Angel. Any updates on how Lindy's doing? Yes, I spoke with Lindy. Was it yesterday or the day before? And stay tuned. I will tell you all about it. Let me finish greeting everyone. I don't want to get sidetracked because then I'll get off of greeting everyone. But yeah, stay tuned. If I forget, remind me. But I did talk to Lindy, and she actually has some good news. So stay tuned. I'll let you know what's happening with her. In fact, she might be in here later. I don't know, but we'll see. Um, uh, yes, so I will get to that in a few minutes, Boulder Angel. Hey, Vaughn's on a roll, one of my great moderators. Yeah, I have a update, Vaughn's, on Lindy, and I'll be sharing that with you. Martina, pray for Venezuela. I know. Is that so sad? Is that just tragic, really? Hey, Barry. Oh my goodness. Jess and Cuddles. Yeah, Mowgli. Oh my goodness. Hope all the Globy fam have a wonderful day tomorrow. Yes, yes, yes. I do too. The fathers. Oh my goodness. I was last last week I was wishing everyone Father's Day. It's actually tomorrow. But hey, it's always a good to wish fathers a happy day, isn't it? But yes, and happy Father's Day to you, Barry, and all the rest of the fathers out there. Thank you for reminding me. Hey, Possum Stops. Hello, hello. Muskegee Land in the house. Oh my goodness. Here I am. I'm here. I'm here. Miss Net is here, one of my other fabulous moderators. Didn't see you, missed you last week, Miss Net, but glad you're back. Hey, Patty from Missouri Ozarks bought a little house on an acre. Ooh, how exciting is that? Muskegee Land, thank you, thank you. Oh my goodness. Uh, Everyone's saying hello to everyone. Hey, my brother's in the house. Yeah, I'll talk to you after this is over, Donald. We've been trying to connect, but I will talk to you. Donald called me bright and early this morning. He forgot that he's 3 hours ahead of me, and he called me. And I was like, oh my God. Whenever the phone rings really, really, really early in the morning, like 5 o'clock or something, or really late at night, like midnight or later, my heart, when I hear the phone, I wake up and I realize what time it is, my heart starts beating, beating, beating. because usually you never get good news at that time, early in the morning or late at night. But then when I answered, he was like, "Oh my gosh, I forgot the time distance. Go back to sleep. I'll talk to you later." So yeah, we'll talk later, Donald. Oh my goodness. Uh, yes, thank you, Possum Stops. Everyone's saying hello to Donald. He is doing so well. Nora, oh, did I miss Nora? Hey, Nora. Hey, one of my other fabulous moderators in the house. Vaughn's, Nora, Miss Net, Marta. Oh my goodness, all my peeps in the house are in the house. Who else? Let's see. I'm going up and down. Barry's in the house. Um, let's see. Anyone else that I've missed? Hey, Marilyn. Hello. Happy Saturday. Oh my goodness. Beyond my garden gate. Hi, beyond my garden gate. Pat Smith. Our is that Pat? Yeah, Pat Smith. Hey, Carol Mods and everyone in the chat. Greetings from LA. It's really good to see you. It's good to see you in the house, Pat. Glad that you're here. Donald Best. Hey, Donald Best, North Carolina. Hey, North Carolina is being represented. First, my brother, then Miss Net. Now you. North Carolina is definitely showing up in the house today. Oh my goodness. Everyone's saying hello. Rose Grace. Graham. Hey, Graham. So you're in Queensland. Okay, visiting a sick mate. Oh my goodness. On our way back to borrow crab for a charity event raising money for Hope in a Suitcase, a foster care organization. Oh, that is so, how cool is that? How cool. My brother's asking where you are in North Carolina, Donald Best. Hey, Blanca. Hello. Thank you. Life itself is changing with all this AI taking one step at a time. Yeah. Um, it is reported that AI is going to be costing literally millions of jobs. I mean, think about how much AI is already taking over. How many times do you call a number now and you talk to a recording? I mean, to me, it's really kind of weird and bizarre that this recording is answering your questions and you say something and they respond according to I'm like I mean, when I get upset, I'm like, well, listen, and I'm like, this is not a person. This is but it's really weird. I mean, strange to me. I mean, I still haven't gotten used to the idea that I'm not talking to a real person and it's acting like a real person. But that at warehouses, the jobs, I mean, just so many jobs now are being taken over. Customer service. Whew, I mean, any more kids coming out of school need to be looking at their careers that they're choosing because you know there's so many jobs that are not going to be in existence, so they really need to look at that. Who is it I was talking to? I was talking to someone. It was today or yet today, someone, and they were saying that their a family member is going to be having surgery and the surgery is being done via AI. So I was saying, well, there must be a real doctor there, don't you think? But they said that their family member was told their surgery was being done via AI. So I'm thinking, now let me know what you think about this, but I'm thinking that maybe AI is going in with, I know when I had my gallbladder taken out, and this was decades ago, that they had a scope that went in and guided the surgeon to the spot and stuff. So I'm wondering if it's a super expanded, developed form of that. Do you think it's actually no human being there when they do this surgery? Or do you think that it's a doctor there who's being guided? But again, she said her family member was told their surgery was going to be an AI surgery. Now, get a load. Oh my goodness. But anyhow, yeah. AI. Things are changing rapidly. Patty says, is Mowgli at military school yet? No, he's not at military school yet. I talked to about 4 different programs, and a couple of the programs that I talked to, honestly were a little bit scary. They said one person was like, yeah, we make sure that dog is under control, and we have methods to correct their behavior, and we have collars. And I was like, okay, I checked them off the list immediately, because that sounded like they had serious shock. Like anything they do, they just shocked. I mean, so a couple of them sounded like that, and they were kind of scary. Another one was about $4,000 for 3 weeks, so that was off the table. And another one, they're getting back with me with more information. So in the meanwhile, while I'm looking for that, I signed up for a program I'm starting tomorrow, which is going to be me working with the trainer. One Anyhow, it's a special program that's just a step below them boarding, and working on that to while I'm because I have to do something. I can't just have him running around here wild, but getting him into that while I'm trying to find something else, the boot camp, the appropriate boot camp. But I don't want to send him somewhere that's going to, I want to break his stubborn will, where he's his defiance, but I don't want to break his spirit and have him come back a broken dog. That's not what I want. So I still want him to be confident and happy, a happy-go-lucky pup. So I'm finding that is a little bit more difficult than I thought it would be. As I'm talking to some of these places, they were sounding pretty scary. And the one place that I thought might be, um, was like I said, 4,000, just about $4,000 for 3 weeks. And that's well beyond my budget. I wanted a place where he was actually going to be in a home setting, but they said they had a mock studio apartment there where they took the dogs in and trained them. But then at night, they're in a very small enclosure, so they're all by them. I just did not like the setup. I just no, he's my little baby, and I just didn't like the setup. So I will keep you posted. So we're starting tomorrow. We're starting a program, and we'll see. And this program also has a component that's a socialization program, where he's going to be also going during the week to socialize with other dogs other than just Cuddles, who's very compliant. So we'll see how it goes. I'll keep you guys posted. But the little rascal, he started now what do they call it, counter cruising, where he cruises the counter, and he grabbed a whole bag of cherries off the counter, and I had the back door open, and he took off out the back door. So I can't catch him. I can't run as fast as he does, so I have to try and outsmart him and figure out how to and as soon as I get close to him, he'll sit down with the bag of cherries in his mouth, and then he takes off running, because he doesn't want me to get it. So I was scared that he was going to break that bag open, start swallowing those cherries, and get all those seeds, and then get choked on him. Oh gosh. So I had to run, get some treats, and try and entice him over to the treats. And he was like, no, I'm not getting the treats. I got this bag of cherries. So finally, he jumped up onto a bench to try and rip open the bag real quick before I could get to him. And I was able to distract him and get him to raise his head long enough that gave me time to get over there and snatch the bag from him. But yeah, he's, yeah. So a handful, quite the handful. But anyhow, and so no, Patty's not at military school yet. I'm looking for it, but meanwhile, we're starting a different pre military school and pre boot camp and pre service dog training tomorrow. So we'll see. We got just getting him some good manners, So everyone's saying hello to everyone. Hey, Catherine, fabulous 60s. How is it going? CW Styles in the house. Hello. Donald says, I noticed that too, Nora. What? Notice what? I'm missing something. Let me go back and see if I can see something. Well, I'm missing it. You'll have to. You'll have to say it again because I totally missed that. What you guys noticed. Hey, Libertyville. Hey, my best friend lives very near Libertyville. Hey, Sandra from Libertyville. Kenneth, hey, Kenneth, I'm glad to see you. You're here with your girlfriend. Hello, Myrie. Is that how you say it? Hello, Myrie. So you came in and brought someone with you. Hey, that's very cool, Kenneth. I'm glad that you did that. Ah, okay. Catherine's representing Arkansas. Anyone else from Arkansas in the house? Hey, CJ's van. Okay, okay. Good to see you too. Oh my goodness. Who else is here? Who else is here? I think Donald Best is a little place called Warsaw. I've heard of Warsaw, North Carolina. I don't know where it is, but I have heard of it. Um, oh, I've got something here. I got to get. Okay, I have heard of Warsaw, North Carolina, but I don't know. And Nora says New York represented. Yes, New York is always in the house. Oh my goodness. Donald says, sorry, sis, I just got lost on the time zones. Hey, I do that myself when I'm calling people, Donald. I'll call it, it'll be 8 o'clock here and I forget it's 11 o'clock there. Oh my goodness. Uh, who else is in the house? Anyone I haven't said hello to? And then I want to AI is bad, all AI. Well, Possum, I don't think all AI is bad because I mean, I can look up information and get, like, I'll say compare this with this, and within a few seconds it'll have an entire comparison. What is that? Some noise, I don't know. It'll have an entire comparison of two different products or two different services. I mean, it's amazing the information that can be at hand. But anything good, there's two sides of a coin. There's a good side and there's a bad side. Just like the internet has very good things about it and very bad things about it. So, but AI does have to be monitored just like anything else. And I'm concerned that it will get out of control and that they won't anticipate things people will do in advance. But we'll see. But there are some very, very good things about AI. But we need to be prepared. We absolutely need to be prepared. And especially people now, young people going into the job market, because it's going to have a tremendous, tremendous impact on the job market. I think more than anything else in modern history, other than the modernization through equipment and machinery. I think this is going to be the next thing that will have the biggest impact this century on um, on employment and on jobs and the workplace. Hey, Billy. Hello, hello. Uh, Donald's telling the other Donald that he's in the Greenville area. Let's see. Let's see. Uh, Graham says, "Our Cane Corso." Oh, I love Cane Corsos. If I was younger, I would get a Cane Corso, but I just don't think I could. I don't think I could handle one at this stage in my life. Uh, hold on. Our Cane Corso was off her food the other day, so we took her to the vet for a check. Oh my gosh, $2,100 later at an emergency room spinning. Oh wow, and all's good. Wow, $2,100. What was the problem that was $2,100? You know what? I'm going to get insurance for Mowgli. And I'm going to get it for Cuddles too, although most of his problems have already been identified. So these insurances won't cover pre existing conditions. But I'm definitely, this week, that's on my list to get dog insurance for Mowgli so that I won't have. Do they have dog insurance there in Australia, Graham? I'm wondering. Because speaking of insurance, oh my gosh, one of my very, very dear friends, I'm not going to go into a lot of details, but she's the guardian for her grandson. And he was messing around with a lighter and set their apartment on fire. And yeah, she had to climb out through I mean, it took over, so she's been locked out of it, completely locked out because the city condemned it. So it's non habitable. So she can't even go back in to get her license, her credit cards, anything. But fortunately, fortunately, she had renter's insurance. And I'm going to tell you, they are coming through, helping with her, paying for her to be somewhere for a certain number of days, and up to a certain amount of money they will pay for her to rent another place, temporary hotel or Airbnb or Airbnb or whatever. And but you know who I was most impressed by? And did I share this last week? Let me know if I did. If I'm, but I was so impressed by the Red Cross, how they just showed up, and oh my God, they were at the hospital within a few minutes of her getting to within an hour, I'd say, of her being at the hospital, the Red Cross showed up. I was so impressed. But yeah, so if any of you are, oh, and they will replace also, because in that, the what is it, the apartment was, completely damaged in certain areas, especially his room where the fire started. And then the people next door to her in the apartment adjoining her, they were also displaced, so they don't have any place to stay. And so she the renter's insurance will also cover to pay for replacing some of her, because her clothes, her furnishings. So I'm just saying, if any of you are out there renting someplace, please consider getting renter's insurance, because it's and getting one that will pay for you to stay somewhere for a certain, for maybe a month or two, that will replace your things, will cover other things. I mean, it's unbelievable how beneficial that renter's insurance is being to her now. One, she didn't even know that it would do all this, but she's finding out more and more that it will. So I just wanted to say, and I don't, I'm not selling renter's insurance or anything, but I'm just saying, based on what she's experienced, if I ever rented a place, I would get renter's insurance. That's for absolutely certain. Um, Vaughn said, Possum, I agree. 90%. Don't get me started on the data centers either. Yeah, I wouldn't say 90% bad, Vaughn's, though. I think that I would say maybe 60 good, 40 bad. And if it's not monitored, it could switch and be more bad than good. But I'd say right now, it's more good than bad. But I would say even 70% good, 30% bad. But I'd say the potential for bad is very high. Let's just say that. Um, Catherine says, Graham, oh, so sorry that happened. Glad she will be okay. Yes, absolutely. Miss Net said, Donald, he mentioned Warsaw. I think that's in Duplin County. I don't know where Duplin County is. Thank you, everyone who's liking my hat. Thank you, CW Style. I got this dress the other day. It's a for summer. I thought, let me get a couple of inexpensive sleeveless dresses for summer, and yeah, just cheap dresses that are lightweight, that the kind that, this fabric that you can squeeze and it doesn't wrinkle. You know me, I don't I haven't ironed a garment in probably years. I forgot I even have. The other day I was looking somewhere and I came across my ironing board. I was like, I don't even need that. I could just get rid of that thing and the iron, but I haven't yet. But hey, Billy Clover is in the house. Hello, Billy. If I didn't say hello to you. Pet Smith says, that's why I never use self checkout. My daughter works in retail and she needs her job. Oh, yeah. But there's going to be more and more self checkout. And I just got a message from somewhere that somewhere that I am tied into, and they were saying that they're no longer going to be sending paper or letters. They're only sending notices through email now. I mean, you know, Chase Bank years ago would not accept uh, cash for payments. So, yeah, I know that eventually we're going to all have to go online for do everything, and talk about the possibility for getting ripped off or getting hacked. Whew, but what can you do? Uh, Petsmith says that's, oh yeah, yeah, she needs her job, but more and more, I think that the only jobs that are really going to be safe are jobs where it's personal care, where you have to actually physically care for a person. I think police officers, firefighters, personal care workers, nurses, doctors, but more and more doctors are doing their appointments online. So that's being, and more psychologists and psychiatrists are doing their appointments online. But as far as AI specific, I think personal care were actually hands on. Those are some, even engineering now, a lot of those jobs can be done. You put the formula, you put the dimensions, you put whatever in there, and AI can come up with the answers. So a lot, even architecture, you put in the dimensions, you put in, there's now an AI design app where, and I'm looking at this for a space in my backyard that I want to do something with. You put in a picture of it, and this AI design thing, and then it'll shoot you back all of these designs. You put down whether you want Mediterranean, modern, whatever, and it will shoot you back all of these designs with the dimensions and everything for the space that you submitted the picture for. So interior decorators are going to be out of a job. I wonder about real estate agents. What are some jobs that you guys think are going to go away that we may not have thought about? What are some jobs that you think will stay um, based on AI? I'm just curious what you guys are thinking. Um, Hi, reselling. How are you doing? And thrifting, how's it going? Uh, Pat Smith, hello, hello. I think I said hello to Pat. Don says one of my closest friends is a police officer in Warsaw. Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Where exactly is Warsaw, Donald? Um, is it near the coast? Is it inland? Where is it? Uh, Sheila says, no, you don't want that kind of training. I'm presuming you're saying the kind of training where you're really hard, hard. Yeah, no, for Mowgli. Um, yeah, Miss Nets, it is a small world, isn't it? Graham says we also got a message from a debt collector saying we hadn't paid our council rates on the house in Harvey Bay, $3,500. Pay now, so its timing is quite the expensive little holiday away. Yeah. Now, what are your council rates? Is that council rates in Australia? Is that like our house property taxes here in the United States? I know we have to pay property taxes here, and that covers, supposedly, street cleaning, police services, fire services, um, street repairs, all these kind of things. Although there's all kinds of additional taxes that I see on my bill every year. So is that what your homeowners, or not homeowners, but yeah, your homeowners and taxes are, your county taxes are, whatever they call them? Is that what it does? Your council rates are there, Graham? Uh, hey Jackie, hello. Are you driving to Oregon in the morning? Oh my goodness. Yeah, we spoke, Jackie, and you were telling me about that. Well, I hope you have a safe trip. Be careful. They're anticipating that Oregon and Washington are going to be having some serious, serious heat waves this summer. So do be careful. Hey, Jojo from Ohio. Hello, hello. Uh, Myri says hello back. Oh, good. Glad that you're here. The first time in the house with us, Myri. Maria says I'm late. No, you're not late. You're just on time, Maria. Uh, CW Styles says absolutely, Carol. I use AI for composing letters, information on things. Not all is too bad. Yeah, I am actually very surprised at how much I use AI. I was looking up something the other day for my friend. I was looking up to find out about housing and some different things for my friend who was burned out of her apartment. And it was really surprising, I would say shocking, at how much information I just asked different questions about, properties and about, getting aid and this and that for her. And boom, 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 boom. I mean, it just was a flood of information that, had I been looking each one up individually, could have taken me hours, if not days. And boom, I got the information literally instantly. And one of the social workers that was called in onto the case was saying something which I questioned. So I went in and asked a question about grandparents' rights. And it gave me the law, the California law, that what the guidelines were on grandparents' rights and this and that. It gave me, I mean, the whole thing. It would have literally taken me hours looking this up on my own at the library or online here. I probably would have gone to the library because I love the resource librarians there. Just, they help me do everything on the computers there. But it would have taken hours, and I got it literally in seconds. I don't know how they go in and pull all this information together that fast. But the downside of this is that means that there's the potential for people to go in and pull in information and personal information about you very rapidly. If someone really knows what they're doing, they could potentially, get information about you that would be harmful if they wanted to do harm to you. So, I mean, yeah, it's a double-edged sword. It really is. But boy, some of the things that it can do that are helpful is unbelievable. Um, Graham says the noise I can hear is the bride and Marley snoring. It's only 8:21 Sunday morning here. Okay. All right. Okay. Donald Best says, "Oh, you still in a van, a house now?" I have always had a house, Donald. I've spent loads of time in my vans, but I've never lived in them full time. I've been on the road a lot in them and spend days, even weeks, and sometimes a month or more in my van, but I've never let go of my home base. And I don't think that I ever will, because I have a special needs adult daughter, and I always want to have some place for her. And honestly, I'll tell you something. If possible, I think having a home base is the best of both worlds. Because just like I got tired and needed a break from doing YouTube, sometimes when you're on the road, you need a break. You need to have a place where you can just go in and have familiar things around you, stretch out in a full size bed, have access to hot water on demand, unlimited source. You just need a mental break. And in order to do that when you're on the road, you have to either pay for an Airbnb or hotel. And even hotels you don't even really want to stay in, run $100 a night. So, let's say you wanted to take a couple of weeks. That could be easily over $2,000. And I mean, you know, I if at all possible, even if it's just renting a room somewhere, having somewhere where you can crash, uh, if that's possible, it's like to me living the dream, truly living the dream. But that's just my opinion. What can I say? But I realize everyone can't do that. And if you can't, you do the best you can with what you're able to do. Um, Catherine says we have pet insurance. Yeah, I'm definitely, absolutely going to get pet insurance on Mowgli. Had I had it on Cuddles, some of the very expensive medical attention he needed, I could have done through the pet insurance. So yeah, I will never have an animal again without having good pet insurance. Um, Kenneth says, "Can AI end cancer? Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something?" But I'll tell you this, and I'm not a conspiracy kind of person. I'm really not. But I do believe that there's probably advanced information that may be out there that some corporations might not necessarily want the general public to access right away. And I say that because think of the millions, probably billions. Let me look it up. Let me look it up. Billions of dollars that is spent every year on chemotherapy and medications for cancer. And think of the billion. Let me just ask this. I'm going to ask this question. How much is spent in the United States each year on chemotherapy and other cancer treatments and medications? Let's see.
The United States spends about $200 billion each year on direct medical costs for cancer care, and that amount is expected to increase to over $246 billion by the year 2030. For medical advice or a diagnosis, consult a professional.
Well, here's AI. And again, how long would it have taken me to get that information? But 200 approximately $200 billion per year is spent on direct medical cost for cancer. And by the year 230, $246 billion will be spent. So that's an increase of what, over 25% in just 4 years, 3.5 years. So honestly, I do believe there are people, or corporations, or interest in this country who are not that interested in having cancer completely wiped out. Unless it impacts them personally. All of a sudden, when things impact you personally, some of these corporations change their mind, or people change their mind. But think of it, 200 by 2030, $246 billion. That's a lot of incentive to not maybe find a complete cure. I'm just saying, I don't know. I don't have any facts on this, but I always follow the money. And when I follow the money, and knowing how evil some people are and how monetarily driven some large corporations and organizations are, I'm just saying, even if AI could come up with a cure for cancer, I don't know that we would see it, or the general public would see it. Maybe people who are very, very wealthy and could afford to access it. I don't know. I guess maybe I'm just getting, the older I get, maybe the more cynical I get in some areas. I still am very hopeful and have a lot of faith in humanity because I see people do such amazing things for other people. But I'm also very cynical in how greedy some people are, you know. Pat says, my doctor's office had me sign a form because they will be using AI soon. So, what did they have you sign the form for, Pat? Did they tell you specifically what they would be using AI for? Interesting. Your doctor's office is using AI. So what did that farm look like? I'm kind of curious if you'd be willing to share that, Pat. Miss Net said AI has helped me out tremendously. Sadly, I feel bad for recent high school and college graduates. AI has all but replaced a lot of jobs. Oh yeah. Yeah, AI will be replacing, has already replaced a lot of jobs and will be replacing a lot of jobs. I mean, I'm surprised you still have anyone, at the drive-throughs at McDonald's taking orders. You know, uh, I'm I'm surprised they don't have lines where people do the orders and send them out, and then they have a robot or something handing them out, because you don't need a person taking the orders. I guess you would need someone paying the money, but you could, just like they have the checkout at at the grocery stores, you could put your money mechanically, or you could physically put your money or your credit card into a slot. Once they decide what your total is, you put it in there and you give them the order, then you put the money in there, then you go up and they would have someone handing it to you. But I'm surprised they haven't replaced that person yet. And I would anticipate that within the next few months, even, that a lot of these drive-through places will maybe have someone handing you your food, but they will not have anyone taking the order anymore. We'll see, you know. Maria says, Pat, that is scary, but I had a feeling I would start to replace certain doctor diagnoses. Yeah, yeah. Maria says the dress and hat match perfectly. Very nice. Thank you, Maria. You know what? I already had this hat and I got this dress. I got it on sale for, like, what was it? Under $10. I mean, really cheap, cheap, cheap. So I was like, why not? Uh Possum Stop says the problem is all the good AI, like Chat GBT, is harvesting everyone's data. Now that is true, Possum. I agree with that. And that data is being sold and used to train the AI. You know, when I went online to look up um um dog training things, every time I go online now on my phone or on my computer, dog training ads pop up. So you're right. You're absolutely right. I can't get rid of it. Dog training ads. The companies I didn't reach out to have had no contact with. All of these ads are now, popping up. So just me looking up on one, and I don't think that company sold it to someone that fast, although some companies do, because they wouldn't sell something to the competitor. Just going in and looking up something, it is logged when you go online, and all of that goes to everyone else. I mean, oops, this froze up for a minute here on my end. But yeah, just going online looking for something now. So anyone wanting to know things about you and do a profile on you, they can look up and see what you've looked online. They can look to see what sites you've gone on. They can get a profile on you in a pretty quick time frame. So yeah, Possum Stops. I agree with that. Catherine says, my dryer is my iron. Well, that's pretty cool. Or, what else could be your iron? Maybe your what is that thing that your flat iron for your hair? You could use that for your iron for your clothes. Oh my goodness. Maria says, Kenneth, we have cures now, but big pharma will not make money if cancer is cured. Yeah, I agree. We just looked it up. All right, I just looked it up. 200 billion going to 246 billion soon. So, what can you do? Um Miss Net says, I totally agree, Maria. Um Possum says accountants. Oh, so you think accountants, they'll take over accountants' jobs. Yeah, I could see tax jobs. Yeah, tax person's job, accountant's job, CPA jobs. Yeah, yeah. I think the funeral home business isn't going anywhere. I would agree, Miss Net. I hadn't even thought about that. You know what, Miss Net, you're really sharp. I hadn't thought about that. I bet the funeral home business isn't going anywhere either. Good point. Good point. But everyone's agreeing with possum stops. Um, Kenneth is agreeing with Maria. Uh, Don is saying where Warsaw is. Oh, well, I have no idea where that is, Donald, so that doesn't help. Oh, okay. Now, Donald Best, that helps. About 60 miles east of topsoil. Okay, well, I used to have an aunt who had a house over at topsoil, so that helps me to know. Sylvie says low paying jobs like childcare and also wait staff, bartenders, and entertainers will still have jobs. Yeah, entertainers will still have a job. I believe that. Bartenders, I don't know about bartenders because you could have it set up where you have all these different recipes in there and the alcohol, and you just press a button and it just automatically pulls out the alcohol and puts it in a, gets the jar. So I think bartenders might not have a job still, but entertainers would. Wait staff would probably have a job still. Yeah, they would probably have a job. Childcare, yeah, childcare, yeah, that would still be a job, Sylvie. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see, won't it? Vaughn says, "Can you imagine having your blood drawn by a robot?" Well, you know what? When I was in the hospital, not this time, but the last time when I had a heart problem, I have a problem with my veins. They're so small and hard to find and they're rolling. So they have a machine that they use to find the vein that would be best to get the blood out of. So it's not a very big step from a machine putting your arm under and then finding the vein to then having a needle that comes down and is guided into that vein. I could see that easily happening. I mean, they're already using a machine to find the vein. I believe we're going to get to that point, Vaughn. I really do. You know, I mean, like I said, what can I say? Graham says, yes, the same as your house taxes, water, rubbish, and keeping the parks mowed and public toilets clean. Well, our rubbish, our garbage, we have separate. We have to pay separate for our garbage. But I guess cleaning the streets and stuff, you're talking about rubbish on the streets and stuff. Yeah. But picking up our garbage from our homes, that is a separate waste management that we have to pay separately for. And water, we have to pay separate for water, you know, to our houses. So interesting. It sounds like maybe your council taxes might, or your council fees might pay for a little more than our home taxes pay for. Our home taxes pay for schools. And that's why, which is not fair, but that's why in areas where you have very, very expensive homes, you have more money going out to schools. So in very, very expensive areas, you have better schools. You have better schools, better teachers, better equipment, you have better everything. And in areas that are poor areas and lower cost of homes and houses and apartments, you have lesser quality schools, which, it just is not fair. But life is not always fair. What can I say? I'm not even going to get started on that. Sylvie says, there is robotics and AI for some of those things, but I think people will still pay for the human touch. Yeah, in some areas, people will pay for the human touch, but we may not have a choice. I mean, it's not like we're able to say, well, I'm only going to pay for this if I have a human there. If there is no human available, if they've been displaced, we won't have a choice and we won't have a say, Sylvie, unfortunately. Uh, Maria says AI is making music with singers. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Miss Net says, Sylvie, on certain cruise ships, robots are now bartenders. I didn't know that. I didn't know that, Miss Net. But I'm not surprised because, like I said, you can easily um, mechanize making drinks, I mean, just think of think of machines that make hot chocolate or coffee. You know what I mean? So you can, in a bar, you easily could have that a setup like that. Sylvie says, I know I'm talking about live entertainment on a local level. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I believe people, like people will still want to go to concerts and see entertainers. People will still want to go to concerts and see comedians because there's just something about, a comedian and their facial. I mean, I think that's going to continue to happen. But I can see maybe movies, perhaps. I mean, because look at some of like Jurassic Park where you have the animals that look so real. They could have actors that look real, so I can see that movies could possibly with technology replace actors. I don't know. What do you guys think? Am I way off base? That's what I Sylvie says, anyone checked out AI comedy? I haven't seen that. But yeah, I guess. But I think people are going to always want to go to concerts where they have a live person. Maybe not always on a screen on TV, but I think on, you know, uh, in person. Um, let's see. Vaughn says, I'm loving the Bobo I was talking about, talking a lab puppy AI. Oh, I have seen some of these. There's a video. It's AI. It's a pit bull and a chihuahua, and it is such hilarious. It's AI, and then they have these videos where I shouldn't be laughing at this, but it is funny. And since it's not real, I can laugh. But they have the big dog gets mad at the little dog and goes and drops him in the toilet. I mean, oh, they do have some really funny AI videos with dogs doing crazy stuff. And they have this one video, I forget what it's called, but they have a chihuahua that comes out dressed in different costumes and goes to cats, supposedly. It's AI. And they have all the responses of these cats are the dogs, and they have these dogs. This pit bull in particular has these expressions, and some of them I can't tell if it's AI or real. Some of them obviously you can tell it's not real, but other ones, but they are, oh, they're funny. They are so funny. Yeah, I'm loving some of these animal AI videos too, Vaughn. Donald says most healthcare jobs will still be around with AI. A lot will be, Donald. A lot will be. Uh, Vaughn says, I think house cleaning wouldn't be a good AI task. I don't know. With you look at the instant vacuums they've got, that I don't know. Because they're gonna have more and more. Well, yeah, you'd have to do something, but they're gonna have more and more technology where these appliances will be self-cleaning. So I don't know. Yeah, yeah, you will have to do some, and gardening, probably a lot gardening still you will need a person to do gardening, you know. But will we even be able to have gardeners? Are we going to be living in such small, compact, high density places where we really won't even have um, large backyards or places to have? Existing properties will have, but I'm looking at, there's a lot of construction going on within, say, a 20-mile radius of where I'm living. And well, actually, all of the construction that I'm seeing is high density. High density apartments or condos. And they have the houses that are being built now have backyards the size of a matchbox, and the front yards, the houses are way up close to the sidewalk and really short driveways. Have any of you noticed that the houses that they're building now used to be set way back? They're really close. The ones that they're building now are very, very close to the sidewalk. Yeah. Oh, thank you, thank you. Oh yeah, let me do that. Let me do that. Thank you, Martin. Okay, Lindy, I talked to her the other day, a day or two ago, and she said, good news. She thinks she's going to get her channel back, and it's going to be pretty soon. Apparently, and I didn't know this, but apparently, every um, creator who gets to a certain point in terms of subscribers gets what's called a manager, a case manager, or a YouTube manager. I didn't know that. Probably they've sent me notices, but I'm afraid to open any links, so I don't open anything because I can't tell if it's really from them or someone. Because I get a lot of things, people pretending to be YouTube and pretending to be other things. And I've had someone look at some of these. Um, I keep freezing up. What's happening here? I keep freezing up here. Sorry. But anyhow, so she's getting a manager, but Get Lost Mike did get his manager who has helped provide some information for Lindy. And she said she's very confident now. At before she was saying, no, I'm not going to ever get my channel back. And she was, wondering if she was going to be able to even her get back on YouTube at all. But now she's not only confident that she's going to get back on YouTube, she feels confident she's going to get her channel back. But here's the problem, she won't get her subscribers back. So, all of you go over as soon as she gets her channel back, go over and subscribe and send out notices about her, share her stuff so she can build up quickly again. Because it took a while to get to, I mean, you don't get to 60,000 subscribers overnight, and it takes quite a while to get there. So we're going to have to really, really pull together to help her build her channel up again. But yes, it is looking good according to her. She's very confident she's going to get her channel back. So that's the latest update on her, uh, based on what was it, yesterday or the day before? I can't remember now, but it was either yesterday. I think it was yesterday. Anyhow, within the last 2 days, that's the latest from Lindy. So, yeah, it's looking like she's going to get it back, and I'm so, so, so happy for her. So, so that's what's happening with Lindy. So I would say she's thinking within the next couple of weeks she will be back on air, if not sooner. So as soon as I get an update and find out, I will immediately let you all know, and I will send out a notice to you, even if I don't have a if it's before my live or after my live. I will send out a notice if I find out and let everyone know. I'll send out a communication that she's back on air. So good news. Good news. And hit that like button, everyone, while we're at it. Hit that like. But yeah, so things are looking good for Lindy. Miss Net says, I recently found out that one of my favorite songs, Celebrate Me, is performed by AI. Really? I have to go listen to that. Celebrate Me. Oh my goodness. So Linda, hopefully you just heard the update on Lindy. Donald says, I'm a long distance retired truck driver. I really miss the open road. Oh, well, I bet you would, but you can still, you know, travel. I mean, thank goodness gas prices have gone down some, but that's the challenge now to so many people who are nomads is and who traveled around a lot of places. They can't afford to do that anymore because of the cost of gas. Even though gas has come down some, it's still very high, or much higher than it was. Every time it goes up real high, it comes down, but it never gets down to where it was. So it goes up, high, down, up, high, down, up, high, down. So it keeps inching up higher and higher and higher. So I was thinking, how crazy is this? I saw gas for $4.87 somewhere, which is the lowest I've seen in months. And I was thinking, oh, wow, it's under $5. Can you imagine? I'm happy to see gas at 487. How crazy is that? How absolutely crazy is that? Oh my gosh. Uh Yeah, so that's the update on Lindy. Sylvie says cancer is big business. Oh yeah. Oh yes, it is, Sylvie. Graham says I saw a clip years ago where the recon that there will be nanobots injected into your body that can clean and repair from inside. Wow. There'll be big busy little bugs in my body. Yeah, I don't know if I would want that. And again, I'm not a big conspiracy person, but if they can do good things in there, they can be programmed to do bad things too. So I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know. Uh, Sylvie says that's why the producers of glyphosate, glyphosate, anyhow, whatever, and this other one, I'm not even going to try saying that, dicamba, are given carte blanche to pollute. Wow. Yeah, a lot of pollution out there that should not be going on. Hi, Carol. How are you doing? Uh, yeah, I got everyone. I've got gave the Lindy update. Um, Sylvie says, Maria says she agrees. Sylvie says, my doctor's office had me sign a form the other day relative to allowing them to use AI transcription. Oh, okay. I used to do that job. Oh my goodness. Yeah. You know where I can see also in court where they, the court transcribers, I can see that will be AI. That they'll start using that. They'll start it probably on a trial basis, maybe alongside of a person just to perfect it. But I see them doing that in courts, and the judge just saying, hey, could you read back such and such, and I see that happening. I mean, there's so many things that when you really think about that AI can replace jobs in. um so he says you also sign that you realize the mistakes will be made. Yeah, yeah, well, yeah, that's all they need is to make a mistake saying that uh you have a positive diagnosis versus a negative or vice versa. Yikes, that's scary. um Linda says it'll take some time for those changes to be widespread. I think it's going to happen faster than we think, Linda. I mean, if you look at what's happening, here's the thing. It used to take maybe 5 years to do something. Then it took maybe 3 years, then 1 year. Then things that took a year now take 6 months. I'm just saying the level of speed that technology is advancing at is being compressed into smaller and smaller time frames. And I think these things are going to be happening so much sooner than we think. I think it's going to make our head spin, when we really start looking at it. Um, let's see. Jackie says, it's annoying. I get hearing aids. Yeah. Uh, Linda says Google has been doing that for a long time. Yeah, but it just seems to have just exploded recently. I mean, they have been doing it for a long time, but I've noticed now that it's just in every single thing. It didn't used to be in every single thing. Now it's just bombarding me with it. I mean, it's unbelievable now, you know. Nora says if you want to avoid some of your searches being tracked, use search engine that's called DuckDuckGo. Oh, okay. Let me make a copy of that. DuckDuckGo. Okay. Let me look and get DuckDuckGo. Hold on. Uh okay. Thank you, Nora. Yeah, I hate that. I hate that. Sylvie says it's free. Okay. Nora says, I use it quite a bit, and then the related ads don't pop up anywhere. Oh, I never heard of that. Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. I didn't know that. I would have been using this all along if I had known about that, Nora. Oh, my goodness. Thank you, Nora and Vaughn. Thank you, Vaughn, for the $2. Lindy update 3.5 now. Da-da-da-da. Thank you, Vaughn, for the gift that will go into the assistance. I'll call it the assistance league account, and I have been. In fact, I used that to send someone some money just the other day. I sent someone some money. So um Vaughn says, Graham says, talking about summer, they're saying this Christmas coming will be recording breaking heat waves down here, highest ever recorded. Might be a good time to visit Tasmania. You know, they're saying they're going to have heat waves across the country here also this summer. And they were showing areas that are going to be way, way, way hotter than normal. And some of those areas were Washington, Oregon, parts of Northern California. They're going to be having heat waves and really, really excessive heat. So it doesn't sound like it's just in Australia, Graham. It sounds like it may be across the globe, but we'll have to see. Um, Nora Vaughn says, Nora, have you seen the search engine that help dogs get adopted? Cute idea, but it needs to be anti-tracking first. I haven't seen that. I have not seen that. Possum Stop says any form of inventory job will be replaced or severely automated. Oh yeah, absolutely. I would agree. I mean, there are more jobs than you could. Let me go on here and see. Let's ask. Uh, what jobs are most likely to be replaced by AI in upcoming years? Let's see what this says.
AI is likely to automate routine jobs like clerical work, basic customer service, and entry-level analysis. It will focus on automating specific tasks within these areas, rather than eliminating entire professions.
Wow. So routine clerical work, it says basic customer service, entry level analytical roles. So data entry clerks, basic bookkeeping, payroll processes, um, interactive voice response will do things. They can instantly resolve routine process payments, route tickets without needing breaks, telemarketing scripts, cold calling, entry level like copywriters, proofreaders, translators. Oh, yeah, translators, absolutely, translators. Junior graphic designers are already seeing a shift. Wow. Long, oh, listen to this. Long haul truck drivers on predictable routes, delivery drivers, and basic warehouse pickers face major displacement. Wow. And many, many, many more. So yeah, so it's going to be something. Uh, hairdressers, yeah, no, I don't think hairdressers, and I don't think manicurists, or I don't even think masseuses, because people want that personal touch. But I think bartenders, Carol, I really do think bartenders are going to be impacted. Uh, Patty says my daughter is a licensed funeral director in Balmer. Yeah, I don't. I think that that's gonna be still be the case. Well, folks, Sylvie says I played in a lot of bars, and there are regulars, I'm sure, that just go to sit in the bar and hang out with the bartender. Some of them are entertainers in their own genre. That's true. That's true. You know, but yeah, some of them are going to be on places like cruise ship, uh, Miss Net just said, and other places, maybe not in neighborhood bars, you know, where there's a certain clientele, but in hotel bars, or where you have transient people, where they're not having the same people come in and they don't have a relationship with that bartender. I could easily see those kinds of slots being replaced. So uh Miss Net says, Patty, your daughter will have a job stability. Yes, absolutely. Uh, Carol says, I was thinking of her this morning, Lindy. Yeah, I gave the update on Lindy. Um, uh, all right, all right. Maria says, Sylvie, you are so right. I've gone to bars just to sit and drink with my favorite bartender person. Yeah, a lot of people, lot of people go into different places just to interact with the staff there, you know. All right. Okay, folks. Uh okay, all right. I've got to go. We're past 4 o'clock. So yeah, I've already got the Lindy update, everyone. I know I what was I going to say? Oh my goodness. Oh, I forgot to tell you. July 4th, I'm going to have my first video coming back up. It is scheduled now for July 4th. So everyone go and watch it on July 4th. Give me a good booming, resounding restart and send off onto my new start back on YouTube. July 4th. So yeah, I thought hey, why not start off with a bang on July 4th? Okay. All right. Well, I know there's been Kenneth says not long ago I seen ISMO live. No way AI can even be that funny. What's ISMO? Live. Ismo. I don't know what that is. Hey Wanda, hello. Hey Halabat, there's already a home bar machine. The Bartizan is the brand. Oh my goodness. Whoo, oh well. Oh my goodness. All right, well, folks, I am going to get the heck out of here. I will see you next week. And also, I'll have a video up on July 4th. So, have a wonderful Father's Day. Those of you who are fathers, have a great day. You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve it. And I will see you next week with a video up next week. And keep checking because when I find out more about Lindy, I'll let you know when her premiere day that she's coming back on. I love each and every one of you. May your journeys be filled with joy and blessings. And I will see you next week. All right, let me try and end this stream. You guys know that I always have a hard